Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how to create your first website with only HTML and CSS basic knowledge and host it to a server so that you can share it with your friends and family. So this website can be a portfolio website or a photo or video gallery or a blog that you don't update frequently. This is my portfolio website. I built it with HTML and CSS and host it in the same way that I'm going to demonstrate now. So let's get started. You need to have Visual Studio Code and Node.js installed in your system before following this tutorial, because that's what I'm going to use here. So let's open your Visual Studio Code, and I'm going to create my first file, which will be the first HTML file, and just hit Ctrl N and select a language. Let's select HTML over here, and let's start with doc type. Then we will write HTML tag, then head and the body tag where our content will go. So now let's add title. So this will be the title of our page, and inside body all of the content will go. For this tutorial I'm just going to add h2 tag where I will add my name. I'm going to create a portfolio website, and after that I will create an h4 tag and I will add the designation over here. Let's add software developer for now. Okay, that's fine. And now let's add the title. I will add Sarabjit's portfolio. Okay, and that's all. That's our HTML ready, and let's save it. So I'm gonna create a new folder for this where I will keep all of the files related to this tutorial so that I can share it with you all. And let's name it index.html, and that's the default name for our first index file that will be loaded. Okay, it got saved. Okay, now let's go into the directory and let's open this file with Chrome so that we can see our output. And here you can see we get our body content over here. So now I'm going to open a terminal. So there is a different approach to open this one. As you can see, now I just opened the file, and now I'm going to use the serve package. You need to have Node.js installed in your system before using the serve package. Let's go into the Node.js and let's go into the download. So here you can see all of the option here: window installer, Mac, or you have Ubuntu, you can install for that. And now here, after you have that, you need to run node-v command. This will show what version of Node.js you have installed. If you do not have any, then it will just throw an error that node is not installed. Okay, now we have that, and now you need to install the serve package, which will be done with this command npm install serve, the package name, and -g is the global flag, so it will be installed globally on your system. And npm comes along with Node.js, so when you install that you will get npm along with it, and once you hit that command it get installed. I already have it, so I will just run the serve command here, and as you can see I just run the serve command. It now started a local server in 5000 port. Let's open it up in the browser. Something got wrong. Let's see. I opened it in the main directory. Let's go inside our folder where we have the index.html, and yeah, you can see now we have all of the content, and you can see the difference. It's the full file address, and it's just localhost 5000. So now this is a web server running on our own system, and you can see the HTML file loaded up here. Next we are going to use CSS here to add some styling. So let's create a new file, save it as style.css in the same directory, and we need to add this in the head, link tag, rel style sheet, and then src the path of the file, which will be just in the same directory. Okay, now let's go back to style and write some style. So I'm going to add some styles to body directly, which we don't do generally, but for this demo I'm going to just add up here. Let's add some background color, display flex, width I will give 100 VW, VW is viewport width, and then height 100 VH, 100 viewport height, and justify content center, align item center. Okay, let's go back to the browser and see. Oops, it didn't load up. Let's see what wrong here. It shouldn't be src, it should be href. Okay, this should fix now. Let's see in the browser, refresh, and you can see we have all of our style. So that background color comes in and all of our content in now center, but we do not want it like this. So I just want the name top and then the designation come under it. So let's change some styling. So we need to add the flex direction column for that, and yep, perfect. Let's add some font styling to H2 and H4. So I will increase the font size, add some margin to override the default one. Yeah, that looks fine. Now let's add some font size to H4 as well. Okay, but it got a bigger, so let's increase the font size of H2. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and with that our website is done. So that's what I'm going to do with HTML CSS. Now let's deploy it, and for that we need GitHub and Netlify. And if you want to learn more about GitHub, I have a separate playlist for that, and all of the steps and details and commands are given over there, so you can follow. So now let's create a new repo over here for our project. Let's give our repo a name. I will choose 01 host HTML and CSS, and let's add some description for it so that we know why we created this repo at first place. Let's add basic HTML CSS website and hosting demo, and I will keep it public, and that's all. No other config. Let's create it. Okay, done. Now it provides us some commands what we need to do next. So if you have a new repo, then you need to follow these commands, and if you have an existing one, so you will follow the below one. So we are going to use that. Let's copy the first one and go back to our terminal. Let's open a new tab. We need to run git init command to initialize a new git repo in our directory, and then we need to paste what we copied. Okay, the region get added. Now next line we copy to add a new branch named main, and then the last one to push. But before pushing, we will just add and commit all of our code. Let's add initial commit. Okay, done. Now let's paste the push command, and it pushed all of our code. Let's go back and refresh. Yep, we got index and style, both files over here. Now next thing, we need to deploy it, and there are several options. So we can deploy with GitHub also, but for this demo I'm going to use Netlify. So let's log in. So we do not need any other login. We can use the one with GitHub, and I am using this for all of my personal sites. As you can see, my setup.dev website is already here. So let's go ahead and add a new site over here. Import an existing project because we already created it, and from GitHub, and it will open this authorization, my already authorized. For you may need to sign up, and then you get all of the list. Let's select the first one, main branch, and we do not need to change any settings. So let's deploy it. And deploying here, may take some time, maybe 2 or 3 minutes or maybe 4 to 5 minutes, depending on, because it's a free package, so it takes some time. So I'm just skipping to the deployed part, and yep, it got deployed. You can see we got the URL up here. Let's click here, and here our website. So it just generate a random code that you can share. Now this URL you can share with anyone. They can open that in their mobile, in their desktop, and they will get this website open up there. So in the next videos I'm going to show you how you can just change this to your own domain, like I have setup.dev over here. So you can have your own domain, and that you need to buy separately, and then you can just link it over here in Netlify, and then instead of this URL you will have your own URL. And that's it for this video, and in upcoming videos I'm just going to add more features to this website, maybe add more HTML, CSS and JavaScript code into that, and add more libraries. So just stay tuned, and you can subscribe to my channel if you want to get notified for next videos. That's all. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.